Hey guys, it's Kyra and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to come to you guys and share with you all my favorite brushes. I feel like that's one of the things I get asked about all the time is brushes. Kyra, what brushes should I buy? What brand do you recommend? What brushes I need to buy to complete a full face? Like I get asked about brushes all the time. And so I figured why not go ahead and create a video not only just about brushes but about my affordable brush picks. So in this video I'll be showing you guys my top 5 brushes that are under $5 that you can purchase to create a full face of makeup. Okay, now granted, I will note this is like the bare minimum face of makeup, so like just foundation, powder, contour, and eyeshadow. So it's like, not a super intricate face, but a face nonetheless. Okay, the brushes I'm going to show you guys are basically like the basis for a makeup application, and a lot of them can be used multiple ways. So I'm gonna kind of just talk through each brush, what each brush is used for, where it's from, and why I think that you should purchase it. So I'm gonna kind of do this in the order that I would actually apply my makeup, which is typically eyes first and then my foundation. So first up is going to be a brow brush. Now, this is not a necessity, but if you're creating a full glam makeup look, you want your brows to be nice and clean underneath. And you guys know that I always go in and clean up my brow with some concealer. So the brush that I always use is the Morphe B75 brush. I love this brush. I love it so much because of the bristles. Because the bristles are so soft, and so it applies the concealer flawlessly, and it also blends out flawlessly as well, and it's under $5. So this brush here in particular is only $3, you guys, so it's really inexpensive. But I can say I have had this brush for a couple years now. So those little $3 have paid off over and over and over again. And it's still rocking hard with me. And once I even break it, like I'll definitely buy it again because I love it that much. So this is one I think that you definitely need. And also, this could also be used as a liner brush. Okay. If you want to cut your crease, you can also use this brush to carve out your lid. And also, if you really want to apply shadow right below the lower lash line, like right close to the lashes, this is a really good brush as well because it's flat enough to really get under the lashes and kind of place that product right where you want it. So this is a good brush to kind of use kind of all over the eye space. So this is definitely a must. Okay, and then I have 3 eye brushes. And these are all really affordable brushes, you guys. So the first one is this AOA Studio E113 brush. Now, I have mentioned before how much I love shopmissa.com. Majority of the products on the site are all $1, and so this brush here is actually $1. Now, as you can see, it's a simple definer brush. It's a simple shader, lid brush. So it's nothing super special, but it is really cheap, and it does do a good job of packing on shadow to the lid. I mean, that's basically what it's used for, right? So it's a really affordable brush. I mean, it's only $1. I have multiples of these, and it's just a really good brush to not only gather up the product, but also to place it and, glide it onto the eye effortlessly. Of course, whenever you want to do your eyeshadow, you typically apply shadow to the lid, and this is what this is for. So this is definitely a must, and this is only $1 from shopmissa.com. Okay, then next up we have an oldie but a goodie, and this brush, you guys, don't laugh at it. It has gone through some things. But this is the Coastal Scents Pro Blending Brush. Now, I have also had this brush for years. This is literally one of the first brushes I ever purchased when I first got into makeup. This is one of the first brushes I ever purchased when I first got into makeup back in 2014, you guys. 2014, okay? So obviously this brush is really old. It's like over 4 years old, but it is still holding on. It looks a bit rough, but it's still holding on. So now this brush here is $4.95, so it's right under $5, but this is such a must-have brush, and it's very, very comparable to the MAC 217 brush. So here's the MAC 217, which is more than probably like $20. I can't remember how much it was. And here is the Coastal Scents Pro Blending Brush. So they have a similar design. They're both kind of flat. They're both a blending brush. They're both flat blending brushes. So the actual head of the brush kind of squishes the bristles together and makes it a little bit flatter. on both brushes, but it's really good for really blending out and, well, actually applying and blending out shadow in the crease area, because you kind of just plop the brush into your crease, you know, apply it using windshield motions, and then of course blend it out using circular motions. So it's a really good versatile brush for applying shadow to the crease. And you can also, you know, apply multiple colors with this one brush, and it has not failed me yet. So this is definitely one that I thought people should have, like multiples of these, because it's just that good. Okay, so the last eye brush I want to mention is this blending brush from BH Cosmetics. Now, we already have a lid brush, we already have a crease brush, but I like to have a bigger, fluffier brush handy, just because it makes blending out shadow a lot easier. So after I go in and apply my lid color and apply my crease shade, I like to have a fluffy brush to kind of really go in on the outer parts of that shadow and really blend it out, because fluffier brushes just blend out and blow out shadows much easier. And I have this one that I got from BH Cosmetics. It is the number 12 brush, and it was a single brush that I did purchase individually. Now, I did check the website and they don't sell it anymore. I don't know why, because it is such a great brush. They don't sell it anymore, but they do have one that's comparable to it, and that's the Studio Pro Brush 6 blending crease brush, and that brush is only $4. So it's from the same brand, it's from BH Cosmetics, and I can attest to you guys that most of my brush collection has come from BH Cosmetics, because their brushes, especially their brush sets, are so bomb. Okay, so if you have not purchased brushes from there, you are missing out, because they're affordable, but they're really great quality. So I definitely recommend a nice cheap blending brush similar to this one here, or similar to the Studio Pro Brush 6 from BH Cosmetics. Oh, and then also wanted to note that I didn't pull out a traditional hiding brush, just because, again, this is like the bare minimum, the basics, right? This brush here is also the perfect size to use as a highlighter brush, okay? So you guys know how I always go and I apply my highlight to the high points of my cheekbone and, like, you know, the bridge of my nose and all that. This brush here is actually the perfect size to do just that as well. And that gives you another purpose for using this brush. So that's a great pick as well. Okay, so now I have 3 face brushes that I'm going to be sharing with you guys that I believe you need to create a, you know, flawless face. So of course you do your primer. You know, your primer can be done with just your fingers. You don't need a brush for that. And then you want to go ahead and apply foundation now. So I have a brush for it, and that is also from the AOA Studio. It's the AOA Studio F15 brush. Now this is just a traditional, typical foundation brush. And again, it is $1 from shopmissa.com. You guys see how much I love that place, okay? So this is just a regular foundation brush. You know, dip this in the foundation and then just, you know, lightly sweep it onto your face, and then really work to basically paint the foundation on. And this is a good brush because, you know, it's cheap. It works really well. I've had this for quite a while and it has lasted me really well as well. And it's a good brush to have multiples of. I don't wash my brushes after every application, so it's good that this is only $1. So you can have like 10 of these just laying around for whenever you go do your makeup. So this is a really good one to have. And then of course, after foundation, you want to go ahead and apply concealer and blend it out as well. Now, I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention it again. That is the AOA Studio Wonder Blender. Now, I have like 3 of these open so far. I have multiple backups as well, so this is just a clean one that I haven't opened yet. But I love this sponge, you guys. When I say it is exactly like, if not better than, the Beauty Blender, I mean, I'm talking about, it is perfect. It's so soft, it's super cheap, it's under $2. I mean, like, you literally can't go wrong with it. It's lasted me quite a while. I was afraid that because it was so cheap, it would like be ruined after a couple applications and a couple washes. Not the case. So it's great quality for such a cheap price. And you can also use this as well to not only apply your foundation, but also your concealer and blend out everything else. So you definitely have to have a good bling sponge on deck. And the one that I always recommend is the AOA Wonder Blender. It's bomb. So you want to definitely have a really good powder brush, because the powder brush can be used, of course, to apply your face powder. It's also good for, you know, sweeping away excess powder after you know, bake with setting powder, all that good stuff. So a good powder brush is a must. Now, this is one here from the Cream Shop, and this is actually the brush that my stepdaughter got me for Christmas. This is like her Christmas gift to me because she knows how much I love makeup, which I thought was absolutely adorable. And this brush was under $5. I believe it was like $4.99 to be exact. It was like super cheap. If you haven't looked around the TJ Maxx Marshalls Beauty Owl, you're missing out. This one came from Marshalls, and it's just a really good quality powder brush, and it's super cute. I love this like rose gold handle. Something like this is definitely a necessity because if you're oily like me, you need to apply powder, and this is what this is for. And last but not least is the brush that I want to go ahead and do contour and blush in one. And this is awesome from Coastal Scents. It's the Coastal Scents BRC S25 brush, and the actual name for it is called the Classic Blush Angle Brush Large Synthetic Brush. That's a long name, okay? Now, this brush here is $4.95, and I actually got this one at the same time I purchased my Pro Blending brush. So I've had this one also for over 4 years, you guys, and it's still in great condition. It's still holding on, and I think this one can definitely be used as a contour brush and a blush brush. So basically what I would do is I would go ahead and of course, apply your powder with the powder brush. Okay, then after that, you want to go in and apply some bronzer or contour and then some blush. So for me, I'd apply the contour kind of like this, like turn to its side, okay? And then I'd apply a blush turned flat ways, kind of, help sweep it all over and really diffuse that blush out. So this is definitely a really good multi-use brush, and it's under $5, you guys, and has lasted me quite a while. So again, another great brush under $5. I want to show you guys that of course it's not the brand that matters, it's all the technique. I mean, let's be real, a lot of these brands use the same manufacturer, but because of the name of the brand, they'll upcharge. So a lot of those brushes I showed you guys are probably made from some of your favorite higher end brush companies, right? Which makes no sense to purchase it if you can get the same thing for cheaper. So in my opinion, I don't necessarily think that brand matters, because as long as you have the technique down and you know how to use the brushes, that's all that honestly matters. So if you really want some good affordable brushes and you're on a budget, go ahead and try out the ones that I mentioned in this video, and also explore, your local Target, your local Ross, or your local TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Like, e.l.f. is also a really good brush brand as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on my favorite brushes that are under $5 to create a full face of makeup. If you guys enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.